action.
Please tell us your name.
Okay, my name is Geoffrey Chavangi Mser.
You are Isaac's father?
Yes, I'm the father to Isaac.
How old is he?
Isaac is 11 years.
11 years.
Yes.
When did you discover that he's deaf?
Now, Isaac, since his birth, he took time to realize his condition. We stayed with him up to an age of 5. We just thought it's a normal retardment in the growth or development. But at 6 years, we decided to take him for a test. So we took him to a test at Gertrude's Hospital. The test that was conducted was called Bera test. That's when it was discovered that his hearing, the nerves are not responding to waves. So he was confirmed to be having his condition to be more worse, that he was recommended to be using hearing aids. So from that is 2020, that is 2011 August when he took him to better test. But now before there, we had taken him to a normal school, and then we realized that he's not catching up with other students. So the feeling came that maybe we find out what is happening.
So you will say
Action.
you had problems relating with the children in the normal school, or getting to understand what the teacher is saying, or how did you observe that there was a difference?
Now the observation came out of actually his interaction with other students has no problem. He used to interact well, but now in classroom he couldn't respond to some teachings, and then even his teachers advised us to find out what is happening. But generally playing, he used to play well with other students.
You said he was 6 years then?
6 years when we went for
You said there was a difference between he was diagnosed and now. Is there any difference?
There's a big difference, because then he was not hearing at all. But progressively, what I can confirm as at now, he's capable of hearing. But now I think there's a problem with interpretation of the sound. So I'm really thinking of looking for a speech therapist to see if we can get assistance for that.
That means with speech therapy.
If I get those services, because right now, if you bang the door, he can be able to tell the door has been banged. If the radio is up, high volume, and then you abruptly reduce, he's able to tell you. He's able to sense something has happened, and he can locate the place. If there is an airplane passing by, he's able to know that there's a plane, because he'll come out and he'll focus the eyes on that plane.
Does he have the benefit of hearing aids?
He was given the hearing aids, but all along there is one of his current teachers, where he's schooling at Kinyajui, who advised us to leave them. We have them. We have 2 pairs. He advised us to do without them, so that the child can adapt to socialize with other people, and then maybe with the time the ears can adapt to the normal hearing.
Yeah, actually, okay. What I would advise
Yes.
is that you let him pick the sign language and interact with the deaf. Then he'll also pick the language later, because at this time, forcing him to use oralism may also confuse him. Let him first go with sign language. What's your take on that?
Anyway, we are not forcing him. What I can tell you, he's good in sign language. In fact, to us, he's teaching us some other things which you cannot. Right now, I can say he has perfected in sign language. But majorly, the reason why I need a speech therapist, not to transfer him from the sign language classes. But now I believe this person can maybe make him understand what he's hearing.
Do you think it's advantageous if he has the benefit of both, the
Yes.
spoken and the sign language?
According to me, it's advantageous to him.
Okay, you've taken him for assessment.
Yes.
And it was confirmed that he's deaf, but he can pick sounds.
The ears couldn't pick any sound. I have a report here. Maybe you can refer to it. That's the case that we got. The diagnosis was written like this. Maybe I can just refer here. Severe and profound sensory neural hearing loss. That was the condition. So that's where we picked to know that our son could not hear or could not speak.
How was it like looking for a school for him? Because before you had taken him to the ordinary school and now you have to start looking now for a school for the deaf. How was the experience?
Now that one was a big challenge. That one was a big challenge. It really took at time to locate a school. We started making some inquiries. Initially we got Joseph Kangede Primary. That is in the 2011. We took him there. We used to stay in Kangemi. So it became tiresome for her. My wife is a teacher by profession. But now this condition made her to become a housewife. So he was to take the child to school, go pick him back from Kangemi to Bishop Kangede. Keeping in mind we didn't have any other means. She just had to walk down the river, cross the river, and then proceed to the school. So thereafter we were advised by a friend that we also have Moranga, a school for the deaf. You know, this one is a boarding. Now as a parent I thought twice, but now my kid needed me to get education. I accepted to take him there. Now life in boarding was a bit challenging. He was not being looked at. Anyway, this is a child, he cannot support himself. But the way you can take care of him as a parent, it was a bit, we saw some challenges there. We came and sat with my wife, trying to brainstorm. That is 2011. We decided to move him closer when we found another school at Zimmerman. It's called Giovanna. I hope you know it. Now we moved him from there to Giovanna. Now the same condition remained. The time you go and visit him, you find that the child has a lot of questions. When he's seeing a parent, he's having a lot of questions. So that thing, to some extent, it was affecting us. But we didn't give up, because education is the key for our son. As Christians, we used to encourage ourselves, for we know that there's a reason why God gave us our firstborn, because there's nothing medically or whatever that happened for him to be that way. So we were encouraged that God will give us a way out. So at Zimmerman, there's a time we went there and found maybe he was playing, he was injured, and there was no communication. So we felt like we are not accessing the full information about the progress of the son. So we started outsourcing now for a day school, if we can get. Keep in mind that all those movements in the special classes, once you move him from a school to a school, he starts again fresh. So he used to go back to nursery. Progressing, on the way to class 1, we remove him and change the school. That's why he has not moved so far. Now from there we came and we found Kinyanjui Primary. They were just starting these classes. I think they have up to class 2 or 3. They've not reached the class 8 for special unit. So we got there at day school, but then we were staying at Satellite, and some technicalities made us to move to this place. Now moving here, we were worried, how will he make it to that place and all those things. But all we kept trusting God. He'll give us a way, so long as we get the education. So when we came here, we can say it's miraculous how we started commuting to school. Because day 1 he was taken. And me, I don't work here, I work in Nyeri. So I normally come on weekends or when I'm free. My wife took him to school. Now, in the afternoon when she was just preparing to go back and pick him, they met here. The boy had come. So from there, even she couldn't understand what was happening and how he managed. He just made the inquiries if he was in school safely, if he took off at the right time. So we realized that the boy came on his own. So from there, it has been a routine. He takes off in the morning alone, so long as we give him bus fare. Yes. And he comes back in the evening.
What are the successes so far that you've had in human education so far? What is the greatest joy, maybe?
The greatest joy is he has now he's catching up well. I can enemy have a problem with sign language. At least her she can try. She's managed. Me, I'm trying my best, but to me it's still a problem. But I can say I thank God because now we can communicate. If I fail to use sign language, I can write something. He can respond. Yes.
That was the next question I wanted to ask you, if you know sign language.
No. And in fact, maybe it's our appeal for parents who have such children. Because I would love to talk to him. My son loves me so much. So sometimes it's a challenge. So if we could get a way of maybe accessing some classes, part-time classes, wherever somebody is, for such, so that we can enhance our communication in the house. Sometimes it's challenging. He's talking to you. Maybe you don't understand what he's telling you. So, you can answer. He's not interpreting your language. So it's a challenge to us.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.